Okay, this is going to be an interview of Mikey and Mandy. Mikey is going to be 7 in February, and Mandy just turned 5 in October. And we are January 2015. So, let's start with Mikey. Mikey, anything you want to tell us?
Yes. About what?
I don't know.
I do.
Okay, Mandy.
We have a dog named Cooper.
We do have a dog named Cooper. Mandy, I want you to stay sitting, okay? Not right now.
Oh, okay.
He's right there. There we go. Okay, so Mikey, I want you to tell me about how do you know you're the right age to get married?
I'm not the right age right now.
Yeah, but I mean, how do you know when the time is right?
Well, you have to find someone who you love before you decide. You have to find people you like and ask them if you want to be their girlfriend or a boyfriend, and if they say yes, they're your girlfriend and boyfriend, and if you ask if we can be married, that's how you. And they say yes, okay, and
that's
now
when
you
you're
have someone to marry.
Okay.
We have to choose between lots of different people.
That makes sense. Well, how do you know that you're choosing the right one?
Because the best one fits for
What
you.
should you look for? Like, what makes a good wife?
Someone who's nice to you.
Who's nice to you. That's really important. That's a really good thing.
Let's talk to Mandy now.
Mandy, what do you think you need to look for in someone? No, Mikey, sit down.
I don't want to do.
Okay, let's go back to Mikey. Mikey, how do you decide what you're going to do for a living?
Well, first you need to pick the right house for you, and then you want to put stuff where you want it to be.
Mm-hmm.
And get married.
So what do you think you should do for a job someday when you grow up? How should you decide what you should do for a job?
I know what I'm going to do for a job.
If you don't, when you're a kid, I don't exactly know what you do because I'm a kid.
I know what I'm going to do for a job.
What?
I'm going to work at a bank.
You're going to work at a bank like Mommy did?
Yeah. I'm going to work at the same bank.
Mandy.
Wells Fargo, huh?
Well, Mandy, but you won't, if you get babies, they have to go to daycare.
Mandy, are you ready to put your babies in daycare and give up your career?
What's career?
Career is your job.
No.
You can put your kids in the daycare where they could have fun, and then you could keep working and get money, or you could stay home and you don't get the money, but you could be with your kids. What do you want to do, Mandy?
I work at a bank and put them in a daycare.
And put them in a daycare. Okay.
It's up to my wife because I'd rather have them at home.
You'd rather have the kids at home?
Yeah.
Are you nervous about them being in the daycare?
Yeah.
Okay. And how many kids do you want, do you think? 2? 3? 3? And what sexes do you want?
What's sexes?
It means like boys or girls. Do you want boys or girls?
Boys.
All boys? 3 boys?
One girl and 2 boys.
I'm not sure.
Okay, Mandy, you?
If
I have a kid, I would have 2 girls, 2 boys.
2 girls, 2 boys. Do you want 4 kids?
Yeah.
You better get a good job at the bank, sweetheart. Okay, Mikey? So, what do you mean it depends on the house? You mean if you have space?
There has to be enough rooms if you're going to have 3 people.
Well, you and Mandy sleep in the same room a lot of times.
Unless you have a bunk bed.
Unless you have a bunk. Well, what if you get bunk beds?
Well, 2 can sleep on the bunks. One's a bottom and one's the top. And if you're going to have a sleepover and one sleepover, yes, you could have another bunk bed. One sleeps on the top, one sleeps on the bottom, which is the guest.
That's a lot to consider. That's a really good point.
Yeah.
What do you think about wars? Should we have them?
No, why is there even a war?
Well, what if one country wants to do something and another country wants to do something else?
Wow. Why couldn't you do? That would be too hard.
Why couldn't you do what?
Rock, paper, scissors.
Rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah, that is so
Well,
hard.
let's think of maybe the Civil War, and there was slavery involved.
Well,
And the
yeah,
South wanted to have slaves, and the North said, no, we don't want that.
they had a war, and
Would you think that was a good war to have?
I don't know.
Do you think there's some things worth fighting for, or no?
Well, we're fighting for freedom.
Freedom is a good thing. So,
Yeah, and fighting for the country to stay just one country.
to stay one country, that's a good point. You wouldn't want it to be divided up and be two separate countries, right?
Yeah.
Oh, Cooper. Honey, be gentle with Cooper, please. And then, let's see, what other deep thoughts might you have? What do you think about,
You know,
what do you think you're going to do for fun when you grow up?
go to a pool, play video games with
Go to
my
pool, play video
son,
games. Play video games with your son. That's a good point.
Sons.
Sons. What are you going to do with your daughter, if you have a daughter?
I'll let her play with her friends after there's friends and
Yeah, it's a good idea. Yeah, yeah. And then what are you going to do with your wife? Like when it's just you and your wife and you get a babysitter, what are you going to go out and do?
Watch a movie.
Watch a movie.
I'm
Mm-hmm.
not really sure.
Go on a date.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, no, actually not. Well, we're going to have an anniversary.
You're going to have an anniversary. Do you know what an anniversary is?
Celebrating the day when you were married.
That's right. It's kind of like a birthday for the day that you got married.
Yeah.
So what do you think you'll do for that? Because that's kind of special.
Take your kids out for a movie with you guys.
That's an
A
idea.
movie?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
Like Jurassic.
Okay, Mandy, if you could go anywhere in the world, where would you want to go and why?
Where pandas live.
Where pandas live? Okay.
That'd be in China.
Okay, Mikey, where would you want to go and why?
And I will live in China.
Okay.
You know one time when they got to China in a show, and someone just say, "Where are you, pandas?"
Mm-hmm. And Mikey, what about you? Where do you want to go? Anywhere in the world. Come on, make a choice.
I don't really know.
TikTok, if you had to pick something.
Let's go see. I don't know.
Okay, name your top 3 places you'd want to go.
Yeah.
Okay. Greece. Okay, why Greece?
Because I want to see the perfect one.
Okay, what else?
Australia.
Why?
I don't know exactly why. Well, one is they speak our language so I can understand.
Mm-hmm. That's a good point. It's a great idea. And what else? Mandy, let him make his own decisions.
Petra.
Okay, Daddy. Daddy chimed in with Petra. Why do you want to go see Petra?
I'm not sure.
Do you know where Petra is?
No.
You don't. Is there anywhere else you want to go, Mikey?
I'm not sure.
Okay, Mikey, look at Mommy. Look at Mommy. Okay. Tell me about what you think the president does. Tell me more about that.
Works in the White House.
That's right.
Takes care of the United States.
Mm-hmm. What's his main job?
Fighting.
No.
Fighting. How does the president get to be president? Does he just sign up?
No, he has to be elected.
By who?
People have to choose a dividend.
Like voting how much for
Who's
Barack
gonna be?
Obama, how much for Abraham Lincoln.
So, like, people have to all vote and decide if they want him?
Has the most votes, I think, wins. And
Something like that. Pretty close.
But if it's a tie, I don't exactly know what they do with the tie.
I don't think that's ever happened, but let's see. Tell me about cool kids. What cool
Well, they
kids do?
have
What do they?
radio.
What do cool kids spend their times doing?
Listening to cool music on radio.
Cool music. What's the coolest music? Okay.
I don't know.
What else do they do when they're not listening to cool music? Like they're walking around and skateboarding. Very cool. And what are they dressed in?
Well, one thing is sneakers.
Sneakers. What kind of sneakers?
Blue and silver sneakers.
Any particular brand?
Nike.
Nike is cool. Wow. You know that in the first grade, huh?
Dad taught it to me.
Dad taught it to you.
You told me what the N stands for.
Oh, well, there's two N's. One's New Balance.
Oh, yeah.
What's cooler, New Balance or Nike? Nike has the swoosh, and New Balance is just an N.
I think Nike.
Well, buddy, you don't have sneakers like that. Are you cool? Are you a cool kid at school?
No, I'm not sure.
You're not sure if you're cool? Do you have a girlfriend? Can you sit up, sweetie, so I can see?
Don't you dare ask that question.
You can tell me. I won't tell anyone. You can just tell me if you have one. You don't have to tell me who it is.
Yes.
Okay. Are things going well?
Yeah.
How did you know you wanted this person to be your girlfriend?
Well, she's really nice.
She's nice.
And don't you dare ask her.
I'm not going to ask who. What does she look like, though? You can tell me that, because no one will know who it is. Come on, buddy. Sit up, please.
Small.
Small?
Not exactly small, like medium.
Okay. And does she have hair?
Yes.
Long or short?
I don't know.
Does she have a mohawk?
You don't know if it's long. Does she have a mohawk?
No.
Oh, okay. What does her hair look like? Is it really, really curly?
Sort of. It's straight.
It's straight. What color is it? Is it orange?
Brown, black, purple.
It could be. I'm not sure.
How do I know you're not making this girl up?
Doesn't sound like any girl I've ever seen.
I think it's brown.
Brown. Brown?
Light brown.
Okay, light brown. That's good. And so how did you know you wanted this girl to be your girlfriend versus all the other girls that are out there?
I just wanted her because she's nice.
Because she's nice. And with girlfriends, do you need to have just one or can you have just a couple?
Well, I'm not exactly sure about that question. I don't know.
What about getting married? Can you marry a lot of different people?
No, you can only marry one.
Wow, that's kind of a big choice. What age do you think you should be when you get married?
23.
23. That's probably a good age. No?
Maybe 36.
36. That's probably a good age. And how old do you think you should be before you have kids? Do you think you should spend any time married and get to know each other, or do you think you should just have kids right away?
Get to know each other.
For how long?
A year or so.
A year or so. So you should probably married a year or so, and then you can have kids. That's a good idea. What is one thing that adults don't understand? Sit down. No, we're not playing with the dog right now.
I don't understand how much math I do.
All the math homework that you have?
No, how much math I do in my blue journal.
In your blue journal at school?
Yeah, it's like nuts.
It's nuts. You got a lot of math that you got to do, huh?
No, I don't have nuts, but I don't have a lot, but I just like to do a lot of it.
And
like 16.
so the adults don't realize how much math you have to do, and that's a lot for you, huh? I think we're going to put on pajamas when we sleep to bed, Mandy. Okay, what about this, Mikey? So what else don't adults understand about kids? Like, what about candy? Do we understand candy? Why are we always telling you can't have candy?
So we don't get cavities.
Cavities. Okay, we're worried about the cavities, and that's why we don't want you to have candy.
Can I be done?
Okay, you can be done. Mandy, let's talk to you for a second. Mandy, can you sit down so I can talk to you for a second? Okay, Mandy. Let's see.
I don't know anything about the president.
Okay, that's okay. You don't have to know about the president. Do you know about Daddy's job?
He doesn't know.
What does Daddy do for a job?
I don't know.
But do you see him go to work every day and drive away? Where does he go when he drives?
I don't know.
You don't know where he goes?
No,